This is a practice for anti-slouching, for the desk bound, for the light schlepp, and also an embodied practice of having your own back. So take a moment here, first to connect with your breath, one hand to your heart, one to your belly. Close your eyes, feel the ground beneath you, and feel your breath, your life force flowing within you. Three-dimensional breath, breathing front, back, sides, all around. And thinking of somewhere in your life where you can use a little extra support, somewhere in your life that you can use a little bit more, having your own back. Today we will strengthen the back body, not only to balance out working at the desk, at the computer, but also carrying in our bodies a sense of being supported and having our own back. Slowly open your eyes, make your way onto your hands and knees, onto all fours. And let's first prep the wrist. So fingertips are facing forward, but then begin to place your hand at a different angle through external rotation. A couple of times. You're only pausing for a moment. And walk them through to internal rotation, exploring, finding center. Now flip onto the back of your right hand. You may need to shorten the distance between your knees and your hands. Shoulders from your ears 5 times, make a fist. Good. And then slowly release, other side. Make a fist. And slowly releasing. All right, grab onto the resistance band. Here we go. You can always put the resistance band to the side if it's not working for you. So you're gonna come onto your hands and knees. And as you come onto your hands and knees, anchor your hands into the resistance band, so equal distance here. You can curl the toes under or stay on the tops of the feet. Be mindful that you're not collapsing. Okay, so press the ground away, belly and ribs in, and best you can, make sure your head's not dipping in the water. Back of the skull, nice and long. Holding on to the resistance band and adjust however you need to, with the straight arm reaching your left arm forward and then lowering it down. And try to do this by keeping your shoulders from shifting to one side or your hips shifting to one side. You're reaching forward again. You could ditch the resistance band if you need to. Let's do about 3 to 4 more. Keep those ribs in, back of the skull, nice and long. 2 and 1. Now keep this one up there, belly and ribs in, stay here, or extend the right leg back, belly and ribs in for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing. Let's switch sides. Keep your shoulders over your wrist. And then reach your right arm forward. So we're going towards 8 to 10 of these. 8 to 10. Keep those ribs in. Back of the skull, nice and long. Again, you can think of whatever it is, wherever in your life you can use a little bit more. Having your own back or support. Right, what we practice on the mat, we would like to have awareness of carrying off our mat. Let's meet with the right arm extended, belly and ribs in, and extend your left leg back. Pull the outer right hip back for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing. Let's do that one more time, but holding. Left arm forward, right leg back. Having your own back. Breathing fully, 3-dimensionally for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing. And now the right side, right arm lifts, left leg lifts. Activating the back body, top of the throat, softens to the back body towards the sky, and slowly releasing. Okay, this time we'll do the arms to the side. You're to lead with the left pinky, and again, be mindful you're not shifting side to side here. Belly and ribs in, and bring your left pinky up to the sky, and lower down. Lift, and lower. Let's do about 4 more. You got this. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. And now the other side. Right arm up and lower. About 6 here. So 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left side again. Lift in little pulses here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing. Right side lifts up. Pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing. Crossing at your ankles. Make your way onto your bottom. And now fold the resistance band in half. Resistance band in half. We'll start off with the knees bent and the feet wide. Placing the feet wide. Band in front, shoulder blades down your back as you pull the strap, or rather the band, apart. Long spine lift up and then round forward, reaching for your toes. And then stack the spine, make your way up to a long spine again. Do that 4 more times. Forward, reaching forward, pull the band apart and rise on up. Pull the belly back as you roll on up. Sides of the waist back as you round forward. Let's do 1 more. Rolling it down and rolling it back on up. Slowly release, open up the band till it's full length. Place it on your feet. Now, you could do this with your knees bent or legs straight. Legs stay straight. Adjust the band however you need for resistance so the hands can be closer to you or further away from you. Long spine, so the middle, or rather the lower back, comes in and up. And shoulder blades on the back. You're going to do some rows here. Pulling back, reaching forward with control. We'll do that for another 8, 7. Keep both sides of the wrists nice and long. So make sure they're not turning out to the side or buckling in or out. 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here. Impulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing. This time the elbows will bend wide. So I'm going to row, bend wide, shoulder blades onto the back, and reach. My palms are facing down for 9, 8. Again, you could bend the knees. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Mindfully releasing. Hold on to both sides of the band with your right hand, and only your left foot is going to be in the band here. Left hand by your left hip. Press the left hand down and lengthen through your spine. And as you exhale, bend the right elbow back and turn the rib cage to the right. Try not to let the hips go. So you're turning with the rib cage, and then slowly make your way to center. Again, bend the elbow, turn, press down through the left hand to get a little bit taller, and bring it back to center. Let's do that 3 more times. Om breath. And center. 1 more. And center. And then we'll switch sides. So band over your right foot. Hold on with your left hand. Right hand by your right hip. Press down or root down, rise up. Maintain that length as you bend the left elbow and turn your rib cage to the left. Do it about 4 or 5 more times. Own breath, maintaining that sense of length through the spine. About 3, 2 more. Long spine, pressing down. And we'll meet. Center. Release the band. Again, fold it in half. Feet are going to be wide, or the feet are wide, the knees can be bent or straight. If this bothers your hip flexors, you could turn the knees out to the side a little bit. I'm gonna roll down and forward, and then I'm gonna stack the spine up, and I'm gonna roll. I'm taking the pit of my abdomen in and rolling the lower back, or rounding the lower back just a little bit, and then roll forward. Stack the spine, roll back, stack it up, and roll forward. One more time. Stack a little bit down, up, and roll it forward. Come back on up and reach the band up. Pull the band taut. Keep a long spine. You're going to hinge back. Breathe here for 3, 2, 1. Pull the strap or the band and come back on up. 3 more times like that. Hinging back. Engaging the abs for 3, 2, 1. Make your way back on up. And one more time. Hinging back for 3, 2, 1. Make your way on up and slowly releasing. Crossing the right shin in front of the left. And we'll take a forward fold. So right shin in front of the left. Fold forward, a little bit of a stretch. Rinse cycle. Make your way on up. Lift up overhead, pull the strap taut. Turning to one side. Back to center. Turn the other direction. Pull the strap apart. And bring it back to center. Slowly release. Other shin in front now. Sliding it forward. Breathing here for 3, 2, and 1. Make your way on up. Lift up, pull apart, and turn to one direction for 3, 2, 1. Center for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly make your way to center and release. Okay, let's turn. We're going to be on our bottom here. Actually, let's go onto our knees. We're going to go onto our knees. Pad up your knees with a pillow or a blanket if you need some extra comfort. Knees about hip width apart. Open up the band. Bring it overhead. And as I bring the band overhead, I'm going to move back a little bit so you can see me. I'll start off with my hands a little bit wider than my shoulders, but you can always adjust this however you need. I keep my right arm up, and I'm going to pull my left elbow to my side, keep the band behind my head, and back on up, and then alternate. Good. Belly and ribs in, so be mindful you're not popping the ribs forward. If you need a little bit more extra resistance, you can double up here. Pulling down and up. Let's do that 2 more times each side. Make sure the belly and ribs are staying in. 1 more each side. Great. And then bring it to center. Now I'm going to do a little bit of thoracic extension. So I tone the bottom fibers of my glutes and lift the pubic bone. And then I do a little bit curl over a high bar. My lower back stays long and bring back up to center. Again, curling over a high bar, just a little bit, and center. 2 more times like that. So my lower back stays nice and long, just lifting up the back of the heart, pull the strap taut, back on up to center, and 1 more time, and back on up to center. Now lean on over to one direction for 3, 2, 1, make your way on up. And the other direction for 3, 2, 1, make your way on up. 1 more time, each direction. Back on up. And the other direction. Make your way on up. And release your arms. Okay, onto your back. You can use a blanket if you need, again, for extra comfort. We'll start off seated position. The knees could be bent or the legs could be straight, but keep them wide. Fold the band in half. I'm going to fold the band in half, and I'm going to bring my tailbone forward, my sitting bones towards my heels, and I'm going to flex my feet and lower all the way down. You'll reach the arms overhead. And the knees can be bent. Now lift the arms up, pull the band taut. Lift the head to peek through the window as you curl up and reach forward. Pull the band taut, stack the spine, and then rolling it down. I'm reaching my sitting bones to my heels and arms overhead. Lift the arms, and on your exhale, peek through the window, reach the sitting bones forward, sides of the waist back, belly back. Stack the spine, pull the strap taut, and lower, round it down, roll it down. We'll do 2 more like that. Rhythm of your own breath. Forward, and stack the spine, and then rolling it all the way down. 1 more time. Lifting up, peek through the window, rolling up, reach, and stacking the spine, and rolling it all the way down. All right, bend the knees for some bridges here. With or without the band, you can open up the band, place it across your hips, and the palms press the band down to the ground. Inhale, and as you exhale, you can lift the hips up. You could use the band for resistance or without, and then slowly lower down. Let's do that 6 more times. 6. Make sure that you're not lifting from your ribs. The ribs soften down, and you're pressing through the heels and lifting from the bottom fibers of your glutes or around your sitting bones, right? Sometimes people feel lower back pain. When they do this, it's usually a lot of the time the result of the ribs trying to lead the movement rather than the glutes. Let's meet with the hips up. So you're not trying to lift up as high as you can. Soften the ribs down and pulse here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing. Straighten your legs, pause, let that go for a moment. Feel the support of the ground, the support of your breath. Bend both knees. Bring the right knee in towards your chest and take the band around the sole of your right foot. You could hold on with both hands, or right hand holds on to both sides. This is a stretch more for the side of the hip and the leg. Keep the left knee bent, or you could straighten out the left leg. Okay, now you want to keep both hips. I'm going to keep both hips on the ground. I could bend my right elbow until my right elbow is supported by the ground. And I'm going to take my right leg across my body to the left, only as far as I keep the back of my right hip on the ground, and about as far maybe towards in line with my left shoulder. And then bring it back on up. Do that about, I don't know, 4 more times. Relax the shoulders down. Stretch to the side. About 2 more. Squeezing your right leg towards straight. 1 more. Let's bring it to center. Bend both knees. Switching sides. Band around the sole of your left foot. I'm going to hold on with my right hand. Either right knee bent or right leg straight. Bring across the body only as far as the back of the left hip stays on the ground, and back on up. Total of about 6 to 8. Keep the back of the skull nice and long. As you keep the left leg straight, lengthen the outer left hip from your left ear. Always meeting yourself where you are. 2 more. And 1 more. Let's meet center, slowly releasing. Roll on over to one side, make your way on up to a seated position. Seated position, mermaid. Crossing, let's have the right shin in front for our mermaid and the left heel towards the left side of your seat. Let's double up the band, fold it in half, reach it overhead and pull the band taut. And now lean to the left side. Breathing here. Let the sitting bones be heavy for another 3, 2, and 1. Make your way on up. And now turn to the left and breathe. For another 3, 2, and 1. Bring it to center, slowly release. Let's switch sides. Left shin in front, right heel towards the right side of your seat. Reach the band on up and lean on over to your right. Breathe here. Breathe into the side seam of your body, especially the spaces in between your ribs. And then make your way on up. And now turn to the right. Breathe here for another 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bring it to center. Make your way on up. Good job today. If you have a chance, take a moment, a minute or two, to appreciate and feel that internal movement buzz, breath buzz that you created. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you again.